Hi, Smita here. Welcome to our podcast, Skin Deep. Really excited for you to join us. Please like and subscribe. And any questions, please don't hesitate to send us any messages. Wanted to say a big thank you to Luna Microcare, who have some wonderful treatments out there. I absolutely love the ROSA mask, which you can see on this table. I use it in most of my treatments because it has that hydrating factor. It's full of hyaluronic acid, which we all need for our skins as we lose hyaluronic acid as we age. It's got rose water. Rose water really calms down any inflammation, and it also has niacinamide. And as we know, niacinamide also is an antioxidant and it calms down any inflammation or redness too. So great product to use at home. And also, if you're a clinic owner, you need to get this product. So, Haran.
Yes, sounds great. Thank you. Great to be here for another podcast. Haran Rasalingam here, psychotherapist and coach. I'm here for another podcast with Smita. Delighted to be back. And I wanted to kick things off, if I may, with a news article I read just recently. I couldn't miss it because it was a picture. It was Jamie Lee Curtis, the actress, and she'd put some fake plastic lips, really massive lips on her face, and it was all about cosmetic surgery. And she's been a huge critic of the cosmetic surgery industry.
Right.
Her feeling is that it's encouraged maybe a generation or even two generations of women just to lose their sense of what it means to change as you age and grow, not to accept their beauty as they actually are. She's hugely critical of it, and she even started that journey herself when she was told, age 25, by some director or other, I think, who said, she needs to get the puffiness removed from under her eyes. And she had surgery, was very unhappy with it, and then became dependent on some kind of painkiller to deal with it, and became an addict for some years. And since then, she's been hugely critical of the pressure that this puts on. So I don't know if you have any thoughts on that area.
I think there's so much pressure for women. Women have to look good. They want to be successful. They want to be a good partner, a good wife, a good mother. And then this pressure of looking good. And I'm sure all you viewers can definitely understand and comprehend that it is a huge pressure for women to look good. If a man loses his hair, it's a big deal. But if a man greys, that's not a problem. That looks good. He's aging.
And the statistics show this actually, because
distinguished.
Cosmetic surgery is 85 to 90% is on women. So that shows that it is a pressure on women much more than on men.
And it's not just the pressure of the facial appearance, but it's the body as well. Body dysmorphia, you've got to be it's everything. You've got to be the certain height, the weight, the colour. There's all this pressure. The media has put this on women. And I think women are huge critics of other women as well, which is really not a great thing.
It's because they've all succumbed to the pressure, right? So we're all in it. And it's like a vicious circle, really, isn't it? What you see out there exaggerates what perfect is supposed to look like. And everyone tries to... what is perfect anyway? Well, it's what they dictate on social media usually. Yeah. Which is fake anyway, because it's not realistic expectations. Yeah.
And you see the younger generation, there's the fake eyelashes, the extensions, the fake nails. And I just find it, guys, I've bitten my nails today. I just can't deal with it because...
Well, that's also the thing. So I understand to some extent older people feeling that urge to fend off aging, which we're going to talk about, by Botox or fillers, whatever it may be. But actually, the majority of cosmetic surgery treatments are now on people under 30.
That is so sad. There's this kind of perfection now, or what people call perfection. It is the norm for youngsters to have this perfect look, the hourglass figure.
Which is in fashion at the moment.
And then it won't be. And then the skin looking glass-like. And yes, my business is skin, right? and I do talk about healthy skin, but there is no point in I don't ever advertise myself as giving you the glass skin, because that's not what it's about. It's about giving you skin health and making sure that you are the healthiest that you can be. And if you're healthy, your skin will also be healthy. So
is that a bit of a tightrope for you? Is there a fine line between skin health and then sort of veering into, I don't know, perhaps what we could call less healthy ways of trying to look better?
I think it's really hard, isn't it? Because it depends how you look at it. Because if you are a personal trainer, there's the pressure of having to have the perfect body, right?
Yeah.
And so that's a tightrope for somebody who's a personal trainer. And then for myself, it could be like, do I have the perfect skin? I'm happy with my skin. I know I don't go for the injectable. I do care about the health of my skin, and that's what I push to my clients. Obviously, I'm going to age like everybody else does. And is there a pressure for me to do Botox and fillers? Not at the moment. That's not the route I want to go. I'll do what I can to support my clients and support myself and not go that route. I don't have anything against it, but it's not my way of thinking, because you do have to think you have to be happy within your site.
Yes.
And we all know that. And there are times where we can be really happy, can't we? I'm sure we can all be happy. And there's times that we don't feel happy. And there's times that you can go on holiday and look at yourself in more, you've got more time to look at yourself, and you scrutinize yourself a lot more and think, oh gosh, I didn't realize I've got this, or I've got that, or I've got a grey eyebrow, whatever it is. But there is this feeling of like, will that make me happy? If I get my lips done, will I?
And sometimes it works, right? So I was just looking at this data about how many people get it. It's 85-90% women. For some people, it does improve their confidence, and so forth. For others, it leads to a sort of downward spiral.
Because they're looking for perfection, what they think is perfection. Oh, my lips are perfect, but now it doesn't really go with my nose, and then I might need to do something to my nose because it's got to go with my lips, and then it's...
Yes, when you're trying to sculpt something out of clay or something, you start chopping away, and then in the end, there's nothing left at all. What I read was that it's more successful if your expectations are more realistic. If you are getting some procedure done, you're not suddenly expecting to transform your entire look into some other person altogether, which can happen in some cases, right?
It can. And that happens at work as well. There are expectations that suddenly people want a totally different skin that they have
than they will
ever have, because that's not their skin. And sometimes it's even skin tone. Of course, you go to India, and
they want to be lighter or something
skin,
like that,
and then they're bleaching their skin, and it just goes on from there. That's another form of cosmetic surgery in a way.
So this is the tricky thing, because on the one hand, you don't want to be judgmental of people's choices. People do what they do, and they may have overwhelming reasons for it. But then on the other hand, you can distinguish between healthy and unhealthy. And so clearly bleaching your skin doesn't sound great.
No, but they're not seeing it as though they're just using a cream, which has got a slight...
Oh, they're calling it a cream.
Yeah, it's really sad. And I really feel for the younger generation, because I think there's so much more pressure for them. And also just seeing, and I did a reel on makeup, actually, because girls are wearing so much makeup, and for them it can be seen as an art, and they really do enjoy wearing this makeup, and they think, oh well, I love spending that time making up. But I don't know how you feel as viewers. Do you feel like there is this pressure to have this flawless face, wear loads of foundation, blusher, concealer, that and the other?
Yes.
What do you think as viewers? Do you go out with makeup, or would you ever go out to Tesco's or whatever not wearing a bit of makeup, or do you feel you've got to put your face on? That's a question I've got for you, and I'd really like you to answer that. So please do give us an answer, give us a thumbs up or whatever you want, so that we know that you understand where we're coming from here.
And again, I think it's easy to judge, isn't it? People think of it as put their war paint on or whatever.
Yeah.
And sometimes you see these videos, sometimes with the before and after, with them without makeup, and it can be a completely unrecognizable difference. So people really do go for it, almost like wearing a mask.
It is.
To be somebody different, and it must make them confident, I suppose.
And it is a real artistic flair. If you've got a real artistic flair, it's unbelievable.
Then it must be almost like a hobby to do
But
it.
it just takes so much time. And if there are any parents out there with daughters
Teenage daughters
who are doing this, you can really feel for I can feel for you guys, because I do understand what it's like to just like, you're ready in 5 minutes and they've still got another hour left doing all their makeup.
Yeah, I suppose it depends where it's coming from, right? They're doing it out of anxiety and they can't possibly live without it. That feels a bit worrying.
And then they feel ugly without it.
The
What's
idea
really
that you're not sufficient as you are is a bit sad, isn't it?
It really is.
You never guess the country that has the most cosmetic surgery per person, but percentage wise.
I would have thought Turkey.
Not Turkey. Have another guess.
South America?
The south bit was right, but it's not South America.
South Africa?
South Korea.
South Korea!
South Korea, number one in terms of the percentage of people who have cosmetic surgery.
Wow.
Is apparently the most in the world.
Oh my God. And there's this whole thing, glass skin comes from Korea.
Yeah.
Oh, so if it's the products, is it the actual ingredients in the skin, or is it because they're all having cosmetic surgery?
I don't know. You're going to have to look into that one.
Yeah, I really do.
Well, we visit South Korea at some point, so we can check that out.
Exactly, yes. We're coming for you.
Watch out, we'll be expecting everybody.
So, thank you so much for joining me, Haran.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's so interesting. Let us know what you think. Like and subscribe. Comment as always. We'd love to answer any of your questions.
Bye.
Bye for now.